Hello, Pisces, Sun, Moon, and Rising. This is quite a month ahead. Factors to do with your children, your work, and your health are all highlighted. Your career and your reputation get a particularly lovely glow energy during this month. And we're going to bring it all through the sky to weave it into one big story for you about November of 2024. But before we begin, let me say hi. My name is Lori Lothian. I am a Western tropical zodiac astrologer. I'm using the whole sign house system, and I love those fixed stars, minor asteroids, and I talk about them in any of my 30 videos every month. All sign delineations. Come check it out because I'm helping you, I hope, time your best life. I'm doing that by giving you a guidance because astrology is indeed a navigational tool. Now, one thing I want to say is I have one offer to help you use my tools for 2025. How about navigating your best life in 2025? You can do that with my up to 2 hour long video for your sign that is also an audio and video download. You can get the All Signs bundle for 24 hours of audio and video content privately sold as a fundraiser every year. And that pre-sale price, it's very low, is what you're buying if you buy this product before the 15th of November. It helps my channel grow. I'm raising funds for my mics and my new laptop and editing and recording equipment, and help from time stampers and video editors for the channel. So if you want me to continue to thrive here, that's a great way to participate by giving me a hand, and I give you back a lot of content. That includes the PDF guidebooks. That content is delivered November 17th. I had a few of you purchase it and say, where is the meat? I'm like, guys, it says on the sales page, it's being delivered November 17th. You're buying it while I'm producing it at a price that will not exist after November the 17th. Indeed, the pre-sale price, really low, ends on November the 15th. Check it out below in my description box, and I'll pin the sales page link as well to the comments section. Let's get talking about Pisces in this sky. This is an important sky for you. There's a lot of activation going on in certain parts of your chart that are pretty fundamental. I want to start off by talking about the big picture and pull us back, and then we'll come into the close-in picture, and I'll be showing you the sky, and you could actually have a pen and paper handy because I'll give you weeks and dates to pay attention to. But the big story I want to bring your attention to for sure is Saturn is still sitting in the sign of you. Your Pisces, he's here until 2026 February. He's been in this part of your chart for quite a while. He got into your first house or sitting with your sun, career and purpose, moon, home and body and moods, and sitting with and if it's with your moon, you're in a sate, which is very transformative, but I do not have time to delineate that, and do not email and ask me what it is. But it's very powerful if you have a moon in Pisces because Saturn is on your moon. But also with your rising sign, it's everything about you. Saturn is in the part of the sky that represents the character you play in the game of life. And my take on this is that Saturn is wisening you up, making you more realistic, sober-minded, more steady, more firm-handed at the steering wheel of your life. And although, we all don't like Saturn, the taskmaster, he is what we need: chronos, space, time, discipline, focus, boundaries, borders. He's there for a reason, and he's helping you be more realistic and sober, realistic minded in your life. And he's going to do that for another couple of years. Keep it in mind. But he's retrograded since the month of June, and now he's going to go direct after being retrograde for quite a while. And he's going to go direct on the 15th of November, and you're going to feel a sense of forward momentum. I want you to think about pulling back a drawstring and then letting the arrow fly. He's been pulling back a drawstring very slowly all the way since June. It was June 11th. And then he's going to let this arrow slowly, and Saturn does nothing quickly, fly forward, and you're going to get new momentum regarding things you want to bring into your life that you're looking at from a very solid backbone position. One way this arrow could fly is, how are you doing in that marriage, long-term relationship that you might be in? If you're already in one, that is, right? Because now you're going to assess it with a new set of eyes. Do I want this to last? Is this a marathon I'm committed to or not? And that'd be a big one for a lot of you. Otherwise, it's just forward momentum on all areas of your life as you now look at what you want from a very realistic and strong and perseverant way of being. Jupiter, the god of good things, has been giving you gifts with land, property, real estate, legacy wealth, inheritance from your spouse, especially because Jupiter's the ruler of your spouse. So you might have gotten some legacy wealth from your spouse's side of the family, meaning inheritances. And now Jupiter, ho, 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 Santa Claus in your fourth house could even give you legacy wealth from your own family of origin. I mean, your mom, your dad, an upline behind you. But he's been retrograding in your fourth house now since October, and he will continue October the 10th, 11th, and he will continue to retrograde through to February 4th or so, indicating that you are also pulling back a drawstring here. You've made some gains, you want to deepen your bounty, and you're continuing to deepen the bounty this month ahead. And by the way, you rethink things a little bit. You get wiser about it. You really ponder the bounty you've had in order to then increase the bounty you will get February through to June, when you have forward direction, forward momentum, Jupiter moving through your fourth house in a once every 12-year way. Now, what about the other stories in the sky? One of them is going to be Mars. This is a big one for everybody this month. Mars is moving out of a 2-month stay in your house of your children, romance and love and sexual energy, your house of creativity and entrepreneurial business. You could have been passionate, more fun times romantically, some maybe healthy arguments and disagreements with your children because of the trine to Saturn. You got this. You may also have tough love on those kids, maybe. You may also, with a Saturn, with this Mars, have been working passionately on creative projects or entrepreneurial projects in September, October, but now in November, as of the 4th, just before that election, Mars is jumping into your 6th house of work and health. Now, certainly this is good for your health because he's in a joy house, and usually it means exercising, getting fit, changing your diet, doing proactive things to get more healthy. But you still have to watch out for inflammation, rashes, and heat in the body. And with Leo, take care of your cardiovascular health. This is a great time for blood pressure checks and cardiovascular health checks during Mars's transit through your 6th house, starting on November the 4th through until January the 4th. He will retrograde there as well in December, but I'll be covering the retrograde in Leo in your 6th house in my December video. I like Mars here if you want to get some kind of gung-ho passion going for some kind of work project or work situation, changing job, quitting a job, getting a new job. These are possible. Mars will be flowing to Venus and Sagittarius as well, and that indicates positive developments with work, career, and job are possible during the month of November. And it's also a flow to Mars, to the North Node and Chiron, healing chironic wounds you've had about resources and money, food style, and health matters, and how it impacts your facial appearance or your dental appearance. Those are transitioning and transforming in November. And also, again, every one of it brings a Venus glow up in your Sag sky, which brings us to pets. If you have pets, be careful. Mars is a god of accidents and injuries, and the 6th house is domestic animals. So just be more cautious, all right, please, during the month of November around safety and your pets for sure. Now, what about Venus? She's moving through Sagittarius as this month begins. That's your 10th house of career and reputation. This is where you get that glow up. It's a great time to apply for a new job. It's a great time to look good in the top of the sky, go public, do a speech, stand in front of the bosses, do a presentation, have the boss love you, get a raise or promotion. She flows to the North Node in the house of earnings where the chironic wound of money is being healed. So it can be a nice career moment where you get the job, dream job, you increase your wealth through your work and career matters. And there's a lovely vibe with a whole fire trine, going on here, especially when Venus is in your 10th house through to November 11th. And she arrived here in your 10th house, just to be aware of that, back on October 17th. But we want some support from Mars. So it's better, the things to do with career and work and money get better, much better, November 4th to November 11th. That sweet spot where Mars is fire trining her from the house of work and job. So keep that in mind. That's your sweet spot for applications. That's your divine timing spot for going for the interview, accepting the job as well, etc. Again, divine timing, sweet spot, repeat, rinse, November the 11th through to the 20th. Sorry. Let me get that timing right. November the 4th to November the 11th. Now, Venus will move into Capricorn, which is the house of good spirit, and she's quite happy up there. She can bring you benefactors, allies, an elder sibling, one above you who gives you great benefits and perks. She can bring you good revenue or gains, promotions and raises from career endeavors. She will be in Capricorn November 11th to December the 8th. When she's up there, she's boss babe, and she's going to be with Pluto for a very short time. Pluto at the 29th degree of Capricorn is co-present with Venus. Yes, they are together for a short time. This is another divine window of time, and you want to write it down. Lots of good wealth yoga in the house of career gains are possible for you in the small window of November the 11th to November the 20th. That's when both Venus and Pluto are you in the house of great gains from your career, windfalls and pennies from heaven, and the actualization of some longer held goals, wishes, and dreams. And Pluto power and Venus luck is all working on your behalf together in a tight window then. And it is over by the 20th of November. And that's because on the 20th of November, Pluto moves into Aquarius, and that's going to be a 20-year story of you in your spiritual awakening journey, or power and wealth from far off foreign shores and lands and people. Now, what about Mercury? He's also got to do something this month. He sure is. He's going to pop into your 10th house. That's your career, your reputation, your visible actions in the world, what people see you doing, communicating, saying. And what he does is stay there through till January the 8th. Are you kidding me? That's a long stay. Why is it so long? I hear you. It's so long because he's in his elemental fire year. He spent 2 months in Aries, 2 months in Leo, and that was spring, summer, and now it's 2 months in fall in Sagittarius. When he's up here in Sagittarius, it's going to remind you of 2017, when he was up here in Sagittarius then. And he was there, November and December of 2017. It's back again. What things happen in your career, reputation, and visible actions in the world space? It was very highlighted by communications, negotiations, and deal making, or conversations, or standing in front of people, or sharing knowledge or information with people. It's back again. He does retrograde, of course, because that's why he's there for so long. He retrogrades on, and the whole year of 2017 was about career, work, and money, and it's back. It was an elemental fire year in the Eartha houses of 2, 5, and 10, or Aries, Leo, and Sag. And this is a thing that has come back. It's given you a lift in money, earnings, and reputation, as you may have experienced in 2017. But he retrogrades on November 26th at 22 degrees of Sagittarius. That is going to indicate a change of plan, a change of mind, a change of direction, or work opportunities and career opportunities from your past emerging into the present to reinitiate something for you. Again, November 26th, add 3 weeks. Go back to an old job you had before, an old career path that you've had before. That's the kind of thing that happens here. Mercury will be with Venus for a short window of time. Venus will be in Sagittarius, as I mentioned already, as the month begins through to November 11th, but Mercury joins her on November 2nd. Sweet spot for career applications, job negotiations, job changes, negotiating greater salary, asking for a raise or promotion. What are the dates for you? Yes, November 2 to November 11th. Venus and Mercury in your 10th house, double your money, double your luck. It's very, very auspicious. You could win an award, get a promotion, or you can apply for a job. All things look good in that regard. You might just even be headhunted. You might not even be looking. So that's how that can work. Okay, so that's the outer planets, inner planets. It's all the planets you need to know. Now I'm going to show you the sky. And over the next 20 more minutes, we're going to go through the sky bit by bit by bit. Each of these videos is 25 to 35 minutes long. I can't time them perfectly to be everyone gets the same, but I promise, Pisces, I won't rip you off. All right, so here we go. Now you'll notice there's, good old Saturn in the sign of you going direct on the 15th. Neptune is there retrograde, like I've mentioned. Make your dreams real. Don't be deluded. Have solid, visions of what you want and how you can achieve it. As we begin the month, November 1st to the 3rd, Mars is still in Cancer, and he will be opposing Pluto. That's pretty darn intense. That is going to be explosive or intense or dramatic energy. You may have a blowout with a sibling, siblings, younger or older, friendship group, child, adult or otherwise, romantic partner. This is 5th house, 11th house intensity, and there may be a very crunchy, confrontational intensity going on in the first 3 days of November, and you may even feel it in the last couple of days of October. Yet at the same time, the gold and silver lining is the trine of water that anchors what is a kite in the sky. If I take us back a day, I hope it'll work. You'll have a better image of it. Mercury 20, this is now the first, Mercury 29 degrees of Scorpio, flowing to Mars at 29 degrees of Cancer, flowing to Neptune at 27 degrees of Pisces. Well, it's kind of like a silver lining. It does form a Pluto, see, a Pluto kite. By holding fort in some kind of decisions or actions that must be taken regarding children, regarding romantic and sexual love, regarding creative and entrepreneurial projects, you can lift into some success in your career gains, but you must choose, cut, end, and sever things that are 5th house oriented. Maybe that one creative project you need to let go of, that one child you need to kick out of the house, that one romantic partner that's not working for you. And there's a fight or a blow up here, but whatever you have to end in the 5th house, you're going to rise into this kite power. So it's worth your time and energy to have this intensity happen. Now, what about the grand trine? It's also just luck, right? So if I even didn't look at Pluto, I say you're having some luck in houses 1, 5, and 9. Dharma, purpose, money luck, money luck from a sibling 2 older than you can show up in the first week of November. That's a possibility. Right now, when we move forward into the new moon story, on 9 degrees of Scorpio is a new moon. It is occurring on November 1st. It is going to be co-present with all of this first few days of intensity. But the new beginnings, new moon in the 9th house of a sibling 2 older, God, truth, religion, higher education, visas, passports, and foreign lands, a new beginning. You may have a new opportunity for foreign land travel. You may have a new beginning around academic and educational stories, book publishing and book publishing deals, new starts, fresh starts, new beginnings. Mercury's there during the new moon. He imbues it with the combination of investigation, curiosity, research, and deep dive ideas. It's great for publications, especially if you're writing a kind of researchy or mysterious or occult supernatural kind of thing. Okay. Now, this new beginning can take up to 6 months to unfold. So even though the moon is on the 1st, it's a 2-week unfoldment followed by a 6-month unfoldment. Look at the details to see what happens in the first 2 weeks. When we move to November 3rd and 4th, Venus is opposing Jupiter. Write this down. November 3rd and 4th is going to connect probably to November 18th and 19th, because first we have Venus opposite Jupiter, and then later the same thing happens. Mercury is opposite Jupiter. From where? From Sagittarius. Don't forget, this is where Mercury will be for a long time. There's a push and pull between your home and domestic life and career ambition and purpose and actions in the world. Your private and public life are having a tussle here. And yet you kind of try to reconcile in the earnings guide, because you're trying to increase resources and savings, and Chiron's trying to heal an earnings wound or a money wound or resource wound that you've had since 2019. And voila, there's tension in the sky November 3rd, 4th, and then followed up with Mercury, November 17th and 18th. But Mercury is a deal maker, a negotiator, signing on the dotted line. Maybe your partner doesn't want you to take that job. Maybe your partner doesn't want you to see career success. Your domestic people you live with may not be so much cheering you on, because it's people in the 4th house opposing your career success. Mercury rules your marriage partnerships and business partnerships. And maybe those are going to be compromised in your own trajectory for greater financial and career success. Those people may not be advocating for you. You may have to go to bat for yourself against your family that you live with, whoever is in your domestic environment. You need to push for your own striving of luck in your career, basically. That includes roommates. Okay. The sun will trine Saturn. Saturn is in the sign of you, and the sun will be flowing in Scorpio. Great for visas, travel, passports, grandchildren, connections to grandchildren, connections to an elder sibling in a super positive, flowing, and glowy way. Again, November 3rd and 4th. On November the 9th, Venus squares Neptune. Oh, well, what can you do? Not everything is good this month. Venus, the goddess of your 10th house journeys, is having a conversation with your own mind. Neptune, where's your illusions, your confusions, your uncertainty? Venus is sure she's got this one. You're supposed to be succeeding in that 10th house of career, purpose, and reputation. You're retired, visible actions in the world. You do something, right? You don't stay home under the covers. And yet, yeah, you're a little bit uncertain, a little bit a fog, you're a little unsure, even though Mercury, Jupiter, Neptune's retrograde. It's your mental condition of mind, uncertainty, or frail confusion as you approach this opportunity time, and you are trying to square away uncertainty, confusion, a fog of, I'm not clearly understanding or knowing what this is about, but it looks like a career opportunity to me, or career advancements. And Neptune may not be your friend here. Okay. He might be your own, miasma of fears, because Saturn brings fears to life, and Neptune makes the mist of fear, fog of fear, feel bigger than it really is, a fog of confusion. But don't worry, it's a short passage of November 9th. And I'd say in this case, with Venus ruling your house of chunky money, I think she's got your back, and you will benefit from whatever this opportunity is. It doesn't help to clear the fog by getting some consultation, ask someone else what they think about it. Now, on November 12th, Mercury will square Saturn. Mercury is in the top of your sky, just like Venus. She's squaring Neptune in the house of you. Pisces sun, it's about your career. Pisces moon, it's about your home life. Pisces rising, everything about your identity. So again, there's tension here, November 9th and 12th, to do with career actions, communications, emails, phone calls, contracts, negotiations, and decisions, and your own willingness to participate with stalwart, stoic force of certainty. And you are not your best friend here. With retrograde Saturn, you're still living in the past. Once Saturn goes direct on the 15th, you're much more clear about what this real career glow up opportunity can provide you. So don't quit, don't give up. Let this be a story of patience, because something good is trying to happen in the career space and in the money space for you. On November the 15th, we have a full moon in Taurus. Full moon in Taurus is a big bright light in the sky that shows about fulfillment and completion in the part of your sky that Taurus is about, which is your third house. You could be completing a writing project, an online project, a website. You could be fulfilling a desire for that to come to fruition. But with Algol and a wealth star, but also the corpse of the Medusa's head, watch for a younger sibling, if you have one, flying off the handle and losing their shit. Watch for challenges to do with travel and delays and eruptions and unexpected disruptions of travel plans. Now, if that's happening, or a neighbor losing their head on a full moon light of November the 15th, temporary, right? The bigger picture is over the next 2 weeks and 6 months after the 15th full moon. And we have Saturn going direct. So you're more clear-headed. You're not living in the past now. So I think you're going to be positive opportunities that surprise you, connected to travel and siblings, connected to, especially siblings, connected to writing opportunities, online opportunities. Something explosively positive can emerge. You might get a full light, a full online career, a full writing project going. You could be, pulling something into fullness. You do have the potential for basically fulfilling something you've been trying to complete, a writing project, an online thing, a website, an online business, and you could fulfill it finally over the course of the 6 months that follows a full moon in Taurus. On Algol, you got activated there on July the 15th with a Mars-Uranus activation. It lasts for 2 years, a major, intense, explosive energy in the house of writing and communicating and projects and ideas. And the full moon is going to help you fulfill that over the 6 months that follows. You might want to fulfill a change of neighborhood. Quite often it's as simple as, oh my God, and Mars cuts in and severs changes. A lot of you Pisces are going to change your neighborhood. You're going to move over the course of the next year, over the next 2 years. And with Jupiter going direct next February, you'll know where the move should be. Then we see this new moon is also this full moon is also in a trine sextile relationship. The moon itself is sextiling Neptune. Full moon in Taurus, sextiles Neptune. Some of your dreams are coming true. Some of your long range goals, visions, and dreams are coming true about where you want to be with relationship to travel, siblings, neighbors, neighborhood, creative and writing projects, and more. Travel opportunities, yes. Learning and teaching opportunities, yes. Now, when we get to November 21st and 22nd, we have two positive things happening all together. Venus flows to Saturn, Sun flows to Pluto. The catch is Pluto. Pluto is no longer sitting in Capricorn, but rather has moved into the 0 degrees of your 12th house. And for the next 20 years, whether you move to a foreign shore or land, or power from foreign people, or you end up with enlightenment, something profound is happening in the house of karmic chains and karmic past lives and the Akashic records. I mean, it's a big deal. But you could get rich if you make money online from foreign lands and digital revenue, for example. And November 21 to 22, this Pluto is going to receive some light from the sun in your house of career. And so that solar light in the career space flowing to Pluto, okay, it's really luscious for you on the 21st, 22nd into the 23rd. It could feel like, oh my God, a golden opportunity is emerging in my career. It connects me to people from far off shores. That helps me see a way to expand my revenue, maybe through borderless income. Maybe it can also help you power through any kind of sabotaging habits and patterns that have kept you from experiencing positive and super glowed up career successes in your life. Then Venus, the goddess of love and money in Boss Babe Capricorn, 11th house of career gains. Yes, you don't mind this. And house of sibling one older than you is flowing to Saturn in the house of you being realistic and sober-minded, boundaried, and perseverant. Maybe a little melancholic, a little blah, but when Saturn goes direct mid-November, you're feeling less so. And so now what does Venus offer? But blessings, financial gain in your career, some pennies from heaven, some windfalls from siblings above you, some sweet spot regarding the actualization of a longer range dream or goal in your life, connected most often to career, and you being able to receive the success and recognize it as potentially lasting. Saturn is about endurance and the long game, and Venus is about the perks. So some perks can be seen as having a long game to them. You realize, oh my God, I really love the way this is working out in my career reputation gain story. You could have some favors from a female friend or an ally or benefactor as well that really delight you on November 21 and 22. On November 26th and 27th, Mars is trining Saturn. Mars is trining the sun. Sun is trining Mars. Well, of course, we know Mars is in Leo. We talked about it. That's in your part of the sky that represents work, pets, debts, health. You're getting healthier. Watch out for pets getting injured, but otherwise all good. And Mars in the house of pets trines the sun. And the sun is definitely enjoying the fire of your 10th house. So it's a work career glow up. It's simple. It's a health glow up connected to your career. It's a reputation glow up connected to your health and career. It's a glow up connected to pets and rentals. You definitely, with Jupiter here, could be renting a property out to somebody and also experiencing that as a positive benefit. But mostly the sun in the 10th house is flowing to Mars in the work house. So work, career, glow, success, the boss loves you, a leader in the place loves you, you get raised or promoted to a higher level. I mean, a lot of this month is going to be 10th house career matters with Mercury and Venus up there, and now Mars in the house of work. And this is going to help you heal. Thank you, Chiron, all those eclipses, some wound about your self-esteem, your self-value, and your self-worth, and the resources you're able to command financially in your life on your own, not relying on spousal money, inheritance money, government payout money, South Node on those trust fund babies. Time to get your hustle on. You're finding your own groove in your own financial realm. All right. Thank you for listening. Don't forget to like and subscribe and hit that bell for notifications if you're new to my channel. Don't forget, everything's on Patreon. If you like my stuff here, it's better over there. There's no ads. I do classes over there. I talk to you in the chat. I check your comments, but we're together more. So check me out over on Patreon. It's Lunatic. It's patreon.com/lunatic astrology. I will see you guys, I hope, on some other videos that I'm putting out this month ahead. Like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. I think I said that. And don't forget, when you hit that like button or you subscribe or hit your notification bell, it does support the channel and you don't have to do anything about that other than click some buttons. Thanks. Enjoy the month of November, Pisces, sun, moon, and rising.